Sweetheart, this is an island of safety and truth.
There's a man!
Ready to go to war?
Oh, yeah.
Well, this looks fun. It's not? Oh. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, my goddamn hair. Bloody horrible. Maybe that's because of the movie that I just watched. Constantly pulling at the strands, trying not to look at the screen. If you were like me and you saw the trailer for this one, then this will be a very interesting experience. Well, get ready, because I'm about to drop something, and it's definitely gonna leave you startled. Bombshell, directed by Jay Roach, with an all-star cast this time. Charlize Theron, Nicole Kidman, Margot Robbie, Kate McKinnon, and John Lithgow. Based on the incredible true story of exactly what happened behind closed doors at Fox News between the years of 2006-2016. Based on the fact that this is supposed to be a true story, you gotta take it with a bit of skepticism and understand that this is just a movie like anything else, but the truth behind it is shocking. We need to start somewhere. Let's kick it into the good. The very first thing that I want to say, every single person that worked on this, all of the actresses, all of the actors did a phenomenal job. They sold it perfectly. There wasn't a single thing that I could see wrong with any of the acting that was on screen. Charlize, Nicole, and Margot did a role that played perfectly to their strengths, exactly why they should be on screen. Margot was a step above the rest. So well done that I can understand why she has actually been nominated for another Oscar. Charlize and Nicole, Kate McKinnon, and John Lithgow, freaking phenomenal. In terms of the way that they played out their different characters and researched their roles appropriately, perfect. Even some pretty big Aussie names here, you'll know if you're an Aussie, shine through. The cinematography, the quick zoom-ins and stuff make you feel like you were the paparazzi, having it behind the scenes, that we weren't supposed to be seeing these things behind closed doors. Controversy, always a story. The writing with the different stories that were taking place at the same time, very interwoven experience. Three separate stories that all relate in the Fox News studio. The way that they incorporated so many people into such a controversial subject is to be applauded. God knows, any director who has taken on something of this caliber almost crashed and burned. The shock value doesn't feel forced. You know the true story behind this. You know the sort of experience that you're going in for. As unbelievable as it is, still hard to stomach. Powerful, political, insane, very interesting watch. How did they get the real Bill O'Reilly? He was caught up in this whole scandal. They managed to bring him in. Maybe the director said to him that we're going to be doing a piece on you, didn't actually tell him what the movie was for. Either that or they just paid him a whole lot of money. I'm betting the latter. The females were the most powerful thing about this film. I could see exactly who this movie was for. It made a lot of sense. This came out at probably the best time that it could. I could see this getting a lot of backlash a few years ago. The whole Me Too movement, the rise of women in the workplace, respect everywhere else, it makes a lot of sense. It needs to be commended on the job that it did. But true or false, this is a movie and there are always some problems. When I said they were able to intertwine so many different people's stories into one singular outing, focused a little too much on one person and not enough on the other. I wanted to see more of Margot Robbie's side. Charlize Theron's story was good of what happened there, the stuff that happened behind closed doors, and the fact that we only saw 2 levels of Fox. There is an entire building of things going on here. I wasn't exactly sure what should be done on it. How true is this story? Unfortunately, it's not up to us. We're just the simple viewers that decide to take it on and try to understand exactly how much of it was true, how much of it was made up, and how much of it was blown out of proportion. Movie flair. It didn't know what tone it was going for. Very Wolf of Wall Street, Vice, Big Short vibe, where it has fun with how it portrays itself, breaks the fourth wall, shows off all the little things happening behind the screen, makes you feel like you're actually part of it, but then just abandoned it. Black comedy to drama to serious piece to biographical, went back and repeated the same formula again. Sudden change in the tone didn't come through as smooth as what I thought it would. You know this is going to be a good movie. Massive names. Directed by someone who has had good political movies under his belt. But in terms of the way that it portrayed itself, I think it just bit off more than it could chew. The ones that absolutely sold it, Theron, Kidman, and Robbie especially. But for an Oscar-nominated picture, you would have thought there'd be a little bit more give. There was a bit too much take. But being such a controversial movie, I'm gonna be straight with you here. There were moments I felt a bit of sickness. It was very, very true to its roots. That if these things happen behind closed doors, it's shocking. It's not a movie for everyone. It's not even a bad movie. It deserves to be commended for what it went through. But in terms of the fact that it didn't know if it wanted to be a comedy or a drama, didn't go down as well as I thought it would. So take that skepticism among you. If you feel like you have the guts to watch this movie, go for it. This is a serious statement. This is one of those things that is very, very hard to stomach. But obviously I can't have that as my ending. That's why Bombshell gets... Now, I always like to end my reviews with a quote from the film, and there were a lot of really good, powerful quotes, but my favorite one, do you know why they dress soldiers in matching uniforms? To show they're expendable. You'll know when you see it. But that being said, did you see it? Will you see it? And if so, let me know in the comments. Until then, I've been DJ, and always remember, did you see it? You know, it's good to see that this movie got an Oscar nomination, but I'll tell you one thing, all females, you keep doing what you do. You should be commended for your acts. You fight for what you believe in.